Hi. Well, we've had another week with lots of news about space exploration. NASA awarded a launch services contract to Blue Origin for their New Glenn rocket, launch service rocket, which so far is untested. Its first flight is scheduled for 2021. We're going to review that rocket and all the details of it in this video. The Chang'e 5 capsule has arrived back on Earth and has been transported to the Lunar Surface Laboratory in Beijing. We're going to report as to what has happened to the samples since they arrived at the laboratory. Hopefully they're going to have some very interesting results from these samples. Welcome to Reaching for the Moon. My name is Ed Grace, and I'm going to be your host. For those of you that don't know me, I worked on the Apollo program for 10 years while I was at MIT, and I was part of the mission operation team of Apollo 13, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. As planned, the Chang'e 5 capsule containing the lunar samples was transported to Beijing Lunar Sample Laboratory once recovered in Inner Mongolia. Scientists at the Lunar Sample Laboratory who received the capsule will first unpack, sort out, and store the lunar sample materials. The lab has special facilities that will prevent the samples from being contaminated by the atmosphere and water on Earth. The lab will then start long-term studies following strict scientific procedures, including analyzing their mineralogical and chemical composition. China has stated that they're going to make some of the lunar samples available to scientists in other countries. Other samples are going to be made available to the public. We're going to keep you up to date on the press releases that China issues regarding these samples. Okay, let's move on to our discussion of the Blue Origin New Glenn rocket named after John Glenn. Blue Origin LLC, which is headquartered in Kent, Washington, is an American privately funded aerospace manufacturer and suborbital spaceflight services company. It was founded in 2000 by Jeff Bezos, who is also the founder of Amazon. Early on, the company was very secretive about its plans, and still today is very careful about information provided to the public about its operations. Their initial plan was for a vertical landing takeoff spaceship named New Shepard to take paying customers into space. Blue Origin's New Shepard suborbital spaceflight system has had several successful test flights since its original flight in 2015. However, like SpaceX, Blue Origin still has not flown their first paying customer yet. In the meantime, the company has grown and expanded their capabilities. Blue Origin is one of 3 companies awarded a first phase human landing system contract by NASA for the Artemis project, teaming with Lockheed Martin, Grumman Northrop, and Draper Laboratory. Blue Origin's new NASA launch service contract has no stated monetary value. However, it does allow Blue Origin to be considered and to bid on any payload missions that require a launch vehicle. Named after John Glenn, the first U.S. astronaut to orbit the Earth, the rocket will be larger than both SpaceX's Falcon Heavy and United Launch Alliance's Delta IV Heavy, but smaller than the Saturn V rockets that NASA used during the Apollo program, as you can see on the screen image. The New Glenn is a heavy liftoff orbital launch vehicle currently in development and scheduled for its first flight in 2021. Blue Origin has constructed a 650,000 square foot complex to manufacture, integrate, and operate New Glenn on Florida's Space Coast, only 9 miles from the launch pad. The complex is also home to Blue Origin's launch and mission control centers. This is an artist's rendering of the refurbished Launch Complex 36, which Blue Origin has engaged for use at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station for the New Glenn launches. Its first stage is going to be powered by 7 BE-4 engines, which are shown in this image, that are also being designed and manufactured by Blue Origin. The rocket stages, payload fairings, and adapters will all be built and assembled in Florida. New Glenn features more than twice the payload volume of any 5-meter class commercial launch system. The 4 forward fins are actuated aerodynamic control surfaces used for attitude adjustment during descent and landing of the first stage. The first stage of Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket is designed to be reusable and requires minimum maintenance and inspection between flights. There are also 2 wing-like strakes that provide lift and cross range for the reusable first stage as it returns to Earth. The aft module houses 6 hydraulically actuated legs that support and secure the first stage during landing on a moving ship. Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket is being designed as an orbital launch vehicle that's going to help us build the new road to space. With that, I'm going to close today's video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below and we'll answer them. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time Reaching for the Moon posts a new video. Thanks for watching, and remember always, failure is not an option. Bye.